Be me, Ethan, 24, half asleep on the couch at 1:34 in the morning. One sock on, one sock missing. Some documentary about deep-sea creatures still playing quietly on the TV because I had lost the remote somewhere under my own body. My roommate's sister Chloe walks into the living room. I hear her before I see her. Bare feet against the floor. Cabinet opening. Glass clinking. Water running. Then nothing. I'm at that point where I know I'm awake, but getting my body involved feels like paperwork. She comes closer, stops beside the couch. I assume she wants the blanket. Chloe has been living with us for 7 weeks, and has stolen that blanket so many times that I no longer consider myself its owner. Then I feel her kneel beside me. Okay, not blanket theft. Something touches my forehead, her fingers. She brushes my hair away from my face. My brain, previously operating with one employee and no management, suddenly turns every light on. Chloe whispers, "This is ridiculous." I remain still, very still. She keeps looking at me. I can feel it. Then, "Why do you have to look cute when you're asleep?" Well, there goes sleeping. I don't open my eyes, not because I'm clever, because I have absolutely no idea what to do with that information. Chloe exhales through her nose. "You're annoying when you're awake." Good start. "You leave mugs everywhere." That happened twice. "You always steal the good parking spot." First come, first served. "You think every problem can be solved with food." Most can. And somehow, she pauses. Her fingers touch my hair again. "I still like you." Oh, now we have a situation. I have known Chloe since she moved into our apartment after the ceiling in her place decided indoor rain was a feature. Before that, she was mostly Marcus's younger sister. I knew she existed, saw her at birthdays, Thanksgiving once, a barbecue where Marcus nearly set his own grill on fire. She was funny, sharp, cute, and completely unavailable in my head because there are certain categories your best friend's sister automatically gets filed under if you enjoy having peaceful friendships. Then she moved into the room across from mine. That filing system lasted about 10 days. Now she is kneeling beside me at 1:30 in the morning, admitting she likes me because she thinks I'm unconscious. My options are not great. Open my eyes and destroy her dignity. Keep pretending and carry this secret until death. Actually fall asleep and hope my brain deletes the last 30 seconds. I choose option 3. My brain rejects the request. Chloe whispers, "Marcus would be unbearable if he knew." Probably. He'd do that face. Definitely. That stupid protective brother thing. Absolutely. You'd probably make jokes. Okay, rude. She sighs, then leans closer. For one terrifying second, I think she might kiss me. She doesn't. Instead, she says, almost right next to my ear, "Good night, sleeping beauty." Then she stands. I hear her walk away. Her bedroom door closes. I wait 10 seconds, 20, 30. Open my eyes, stare at the ceiling. The documentary narrator is explaining that some fish can survive under crushing ocean pressure. Good for them. I can't survive a 22-year-old woman touching my hair. To explain how my roommate's sister ended up confessing to my sleeping body, we need to go back about 7 weeks. Not far. I'm not rewinding to childhood. No one needs to know what cereal I ate in middle school. 7 weeks earlier, I got home from work and found Marcus standing in the living room beside 2 suitcases, 3 boxes, and his sister Chloe. Marcus looked tired. Chloe looked annoyed. The ceiling in her apartment had developed a leak after a pipe burst upstairs. Her landlord estimated repairs would take somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks. Apparently, somewhere between is professional language for "we don't know." Marcus pointed at the spare room. "She'll be here temporarily." Chloe looked at the pile of luggage. That sounded personal. "I'm just explaining. You said temporarily like I'm an infection. You brought 6 pairs of boots. Those are necessary." Marcus looked at me. "See?" I put my keys down. "Hi, Chloe." She looked over. "Hi, Ethan." Then at the apartment. Then at me. "Still clean." "I knew you were coming." "You cleaned?" I moved 3 empty pizza boxes into Marcus's room. Marcus turned. "You what?" "Temporary storage," Chloe smiled. First mistake. She had one of those smiles that made you feel like you had successfully passed some test you didn't know you were taking. Dark brown hair, usually loose. Brown eyes, small silver hoops. Oversized green hoodie, black leggings. Nothing dramatic. She wasn't some mysterious goth girl who traveled with candles and a pet raven. She liked black clothes, horror movies, dark nail polish, old alternative bands, and making fun of Marcus. Normal person. Very good at eyeliner. Extremely dangerous with sarcasm. She carried one of the boxes toward the spare room. I picked up another. I've got that. I can carry it. I know. Then why did you take it? Because I'm helpful. Marcus said you were annoying. Marcus lies. Marcus called from behind us. I can hear both of you. Chloe. Good. The first week was easy. She worked during the day. I worked during the day. Marcus worked weird rotating shifts at a medical supply warehouse, so sometimes he left before sunrise, and sometimes came home at midnight. Chloe and I mostly crossed paths in the kitchen and bathroom, especially bathroom. Our apartment has one bathroom. This became a problem immediately. On the third morning, I knocked on the door at 7:12. No answer. I knocked again. Chloe? Occupied. You've been in there 35 minutes. I know. I leave in 20. That sounds difficult. I need a shower. Should have planned ahead. I plan to use my bathroom. It's our bathroom now. Marcus walked past carrying coffee. I pointed at the door. Control your sister. He kept walking. No. Excellent support. From inside, don't drag him into this. He created you. No, our parents did. Marcus stopped. I'm leaving. I knocked again. Chloe. Ethan. How much longer? 5 minutes. Real 5 or woman 5? The door opened immediately. Chloe stood there with wet hair and a towel wrapped around her head. She stared at me. What does that mean? I looked at her. Looked at Marcus, who had stopped halfway to the front door because he sensed entertainment. Then back at Chloe. Nothing. Good answer. She walked past. Marcus waited until she entered the spare room, then whispered, Coward. I enjoy housing. Bathroom scheduling eventually improved. Blanket ownership did not. The blanket was gray, soft, oversized, and originally mine. I bought it 2 years earlier. Chloe decided possession was negotiable. First movie night together, she picked some horror movie from the 80s. Marcus fell asleep halfway through. I stayed awake. Chloe pretended not to be scared. I know she was scared because 20 minutes in, someone appeared behind a character in a mirror, and she grabbed my forearm hard enough to stop circulation. I looked down. Her hand was wrapped around me. She released it immediately. I slipped. You were sitting, emotionally. That doesn't mean anything. Neither does your face. What face? The smug one. I'm not smug. You're very smug. Another loud sound from the TV. She flinched. I smiled. She pointed at me. Don't. Didn't say anything. You were about to. Maybe. She grabbed the blanket from the back of the couch and pulled it over herself. That's mine. It's communal. I bought it. You brought it into shared housing. That's not how ownership works. She tucked it under her legs. Seems to be working. Marcus woke up near the end, looked at Chloe wrapped in my blanket, looked at me, then back at the movie. Did I miss anything? Yes, I said. A robbery. Chloe kicked my leg under the blanket. After that, she kept taking it. Watching TV? Chloe had it. Reading? Chloe had it. Sitting on the balcony when it was cold? Somehow, Chloe had dragged it outside. I started hiding it in my room. She found it. I hid it in the closet. She found it. I put it under my pillow. She found that too. One night I came home and discovered her on the couch, wrapped completely in it. I stopped. How? She looked over her laptop. How what? I put that in my room. Did you? Yes. Weird. You entered my bedroom. I needed the blanket. That was your justification? It worked. You have your own blanket. Not as good. Buy one. No. Why? This one has history now. What history? She pulled it closer. Our conflict. I stood there staring. She smiled. 1/2? That was the problem. She said things like that, then acted like they meant nothing. 2 weeks in, Marcus was on evening shift. I got home around 6. Chloe was sitting at the kitchen counter with her laptop open and a bowl of cereal. Dinner cereal. No judgment. I've done worse. She looked at me. You're late. I checked my watch. For what? Existing here. That schedule wasn't communicated. You normally get home at 5:40. I stopped taking off my jacket. You know when I get home? She looked back at her laptop. You make noise. What kind? Keys, door, shoes, refrigerator. You've documented my routine? I have ears. Should I be worried? Probably. I opened the refrigerator. Nothing useful. Chloe glanced over. There's pasta. Where? Top shelf. I found a container. Did you make this? Yeah. How much? Enough. For two? She didn't look at me. Maybe. I smiled. She finally noticed. Don't. What? That look. What look? You're making this into a thing. I didn't say anything. You were going to. I was going to say thank you. Fine. Thank you. Yeah. I heated it, sat across from her, took a bite. Good. She glanced up. I know. You could pretend to be humble. Why? Social custom. Sounds exhausting. She kept working. I kept eating. And that was probably the first evening we spent together without Marcus. Nothing happened. That mattered. Because nothing happening turned out to be easy. We could sit in the same room doing different things. No pressure to fill every second. Sometimes she'd read. I'd game. She'd show me something on her phone. I'd make food. She'd steal some. Eventually it stopped feeling like Marcus's sister was temporarily staying with us. It felt like Chloe lived there. Then she started joining things. I was leaving one Friday to meet Noah and a few friends at a bar. Chloe was on the couch. Where are you going? Murphy's. With Noah? Yeah. She nodded. I put on my shoes. She looked back at the TV. I stood, waited. Nothing. Wanna come? Her eyes moved to me. I don't want to intrude. You won't. I only know you and Noah. You know Marcus. He's working. Exactly. So you'll know me and Noah. She hesitated, then looked down at her clothes. Black jeans, black long-sleeve shirt, boots already on. I raised an eyebrow. What? You're wearing shoes in the house. I went outside earlier. 3 hours ago. You keep records? I have eyes. She stood. Give me 5 minutes. Took you long enough. She threw a cushion at me. At the bar, Noah figured us out before there was anything to figure out. Chloe went to get another drink. Noah leaned toward me. That Marcus's sister? Yeah. You like her. I nearly laughed. What? You heard me. She's living with us. Not an answer. I've known her for 2 weeks. Still not an answer. I glanced toward the bar. Chloe was talking to the bartender. Then she looked over. At me. Not the room. Me. When she saw me looking, she made a face like, what? I shook my head. She smiled. Noah followed the entire exchange. Oh, you're doomed. Relax. I am relaxed. You're the one watching her like she's about to escape. I invited her. Exactly. She doesn't know anyone. She knows you. That's my point. Noah took a drink. You're proving mine. I ignored him. Mostly. A few nights later, Chloe and I were watching another movie. Marcus was working. This time she picked a comedy. I thought you only watched people get murdered. I contain multitudes. You watched 4 horror movies last week. They were educational. About what? Poor decision-making. Halfway through the movie, she slid her feet under my thigh. I looked at her. My feet are cold. That's a you problem. You're warm. That's a me resource. Share. You stole the blanket. Exactly. I'm consistent. I left her feet there. 10 minutes later, she fell asleep. Her head slowly tilted until it landed against my shoulder. I froze. Not because I had never had a woman touch me before. I had dated. I had relationships. But there is a very specific kind of tension that comes with your best friend's sister falling asleep against you while living 20 feet from her brother. I looked down. Chloe was completely out, her mouth slightly open, hair over one cheek. I should have moved. Instead, I lowered the volume. Then Marcus came home. Of course. Front door opens. Keys hit the bowl. He walks into the living room. Stops. Looks at Chloe. Looks at me. I immediately say, "She fell asleep." Marcus nods slowly. Seems that way. I didn't do anything. I didn't ask. You had a face. What face? That brother face. I don't have a brother face. You absolutely do. He walked toward the kitchen, then looked back. She drools. Chloe, eyes still closed. I can hear you. Marcus flinched. I laughed so hard I nearly woke her completely. She lifted her head. You both suck. You were awake? Last 30 seconds. Marcus pointed at her. You drool. Leave. My apartment. Go to your room. He looked at me. See what I live with? I looked down at the blanket. My blanket. Chloe pulled it tighter. Don't start. By week 4, I liked her. Not maybe, not possibly. Liked her. Enough that I became careful. That sounds backward. Most men become more aggressive when they know they like someone. I became more controlled. Because Marcus was my closest friend. Because Chloe was living with us temporarily. Because if I misread anything, she would be stuck in an apartment with a man who had just made things uncomfortable. So I kept things easy. Jokes, food, movies, invitations. Nothing she couldn't step away from. Chloe noticed anyway. One night she leaned against the kitchen counter while I cooked. You've been weird. I'm always weird. Different weird. That's specific. You stopped flirting. I nearly dropped the spatula. Turned. She was watching me. I was flirting? Sometimes. When? She shrugged. Before. Helpful. You know what I mean. I really don't. She looked almost annoyed now. Did I do something? There it was. I turned the heat down. No. Then why are you acting like you're trying not to stand too close to me? Because your brother is my best friend, and I've imagined kissing you approximately 50 times this week seemed unnecessarily direct. So I went with, I'm trying to be respectful. Her eyebrow went up. Of what? You're staying here. I don't want you feeling cornered. Her expression changed. Not offended, something else. You think you make me uncomfortable? No. Then? I'd rather be careful than make this weird. She looked at me for a long second. You're overthinking. Probably. Very probably. Then she reached past me, stole a piece of chicken from the pan. I stared. Ow! It's hot. I know. You never learn. She chewed, then walked away. At the doorway, she turned. For the record? Yeah? You weren't making anything weird. Then she disappeared into her room. That did not help me. At all. After that, there were moments. Tiny ones. Enough to keep me guessing. We'd walk somewhere, and her hand would catch my arm. We'd sit close. She'd text me when Marcus was working. Food? I'd answer. Translation. Make dinner? She'd send, correct. One evening I came home after an awful day. Meeting ran long. Client changed requirements after approving everything. Traffic. Rain. My lunch had been a protein bar eaten standing up. I opened the apartment door. Chloe looked over from the couch. You look terrible. Thank you. Bad day? Historic. She lifted her feet off the couch. Sit. I need food. I ordered pizza. I stopped. You did? Marcus said he won't be home. So? So I got enough. You planned dinner. Don't get emotional. I'm exhausted. It may happen. Then sit before you embarrass yourself. I sat. She handed me the blanket. My blanket. I looked at it, then at her. What? You gave it back. Temporary ceasefire. Should I call someone? Take it before I change my mind. I took it. Pizza arrived. We ate. Watched some terrible reality show Chloe claimed to hate while correctly remembering every contestant's name. At one point I looked at her. You watch this. No. You know their jobs. It was mentioned. You knew that guy was divorced. Context clues. You know the dog's name. She pointed at me. Do not bring Biscuit into this. I laughed. Then apparently my body decided the day was over. I remember lying back. Remember Chloe lowering the volume. Remember saying, 5 minutes. She said, you always say that. Then nothing. Until later. 1:34. Her fingers in my hair. Her whisper. I still like you. Back to present. I don't sleep that night. At all. At 6:30, Marcus wakes up. He walks into the kitchen and finds me making coffee. He looks at the cup, then at me. You're awake? Observation skills. You don't wake up before 7 unless something's wrong. I have work. It's Saturday. I look at the coffee. Right. He opens the refrigerator. You sick? No. Going somewhere? No. Woman? I look at him. He stops, slowly smiles. Oh, no. You made the face. What face? The face. I don't have a face. Everyone has a face. You know what I mean. He takes orange juice out. Who? No one. Is it someone I know? I stare at him. He narrows his eyes. Luckily, Chloe walks in. Oversized t-shirt, hair tied up, sleepy. She sees me. Stops. I see the exact moment she remembers last night. Her eyes widen just slightly. Then she recovers. Morning, I answer. Morning. Too fast. Marcus looks between us. Why are you both weird? Chloe walks to the coffee machine. We're not, I say. Not weird. Marcus looks at me, then Chloe. That was bad. She pours coffee. Go away. I live here. So do I currently. Marcus points at both of us. I'm watching this. Please don't, I say. Chloe grabs her mug and leaves, doesn't look at me again. I spend the rest of Saturday trying to figure out whether she knows I heard. She spends the rest of Saturday avoiding being alone with me. Not dramatically. She just somehow always has somewhere to be. Laundry, phone call, shower, walk. Marcus invites Noah over that evening. Chloe sits in the armchair instead of beside me. Noah notices. Of course. He waits until Chloe goes to the bathroom. What happened? Nothing. You two had a fight? No. You kissed? No. Marcus looks up from his phone. Who kissed? No one, I say. Noah nods. Interesting. Stop being interested. Marcus looks between us. What am I missing? Noah. Nothing. Me. Nothing. Marcus. I hate when you both say that. Chloe returns. She looks at the couch. Only open seat is beside me. She hesitates. Barely. Then sits. Not touching. I watch the movie, or attempt to. Halfway through, she reaches for popcorn. Our hands touch. She pulls hers back instantly. Marcus doesn't notice. Noah does. He looks at me from across the room. I give him a warning stare. He smiles. I'm going to kill him eventually. After everyone goes to bed, I stay in the kitchen. Not waiting. Definitely waiting. Chloe comes out 10 minutes later to get water. She sees me. Stops. There is no escape this time without climbing through the window. Hey, I say. Hey. She fills a glass. I lean against the counter. She drinks. I wait. She puts the glass down. What? Nothing. You're staring. I'm looking. That's staring with confidence. I smile. She immediately looks annoyed. Not actually annoyed. Defensive. What? Can I ask you something? No. I haven't asked yet. Still no. Were you in the living room last night? She freezes, then turns toward me slowly. No. I glance around. Interesting. What? Because I thought someone touched my hair. Her face changes. There it is. Caught. Fully. She looks at the floor, then at me. You were awake. Half. Oh my God. Chloe, you were awake. I was almost asleep. How much did you hear? I make the mistake of smiling. She points at me. Don't smile. I'm not. You are. I'm nervous. You look pleased. I can be both. She covers her face. Oh my God. I laugh. She grabs a dish towel from the counter and throws it at me. You were supposed to be sleeping. I was doing my best. You always fall asleep. I did. No, you didn't. For part of it. She turns away. I'm moving out tomorrow. Your ceiling is still open. I'll sleep in my car. You don't own a car. I'll buy one. That seems expensive. She looks back. Ethan. Okay. I stop joking. Mostly. She folds her arms, cheeks red. I've never seen Chloe embarrassed like this. Usually she can talk her way through anything. Now every part of her wants to vanish. So I give her the easiest exit I can. You don't have to explain anything. She stares at me. I don't? No. And you're not going to tell Marcus? Absolutely not. You're not going to make fun of me? Not unless you want me to die. She looks away. Good. Then I add, but there is one thing. Her eyes close. Of course. I like you too. Her eyes open. She looks at me. No response. I continue. Have for a while. She still says nothing. Now I'm the one uncomfortable. Chloe? What? You stopped functioning. I'm thinking. Dangerous. She gives me a look. Good. Back to normal. Then, you like me? Yes. Actually. Yes. Not because you heard me say it. No. When? I don't know. That's a bad answer. Probably around the time you started eating my food. That was week 2. Then week 2. You decided you liked me because I stole pasta? You were charming. I called your sauce under-seasoned. Exactly. She looks at me, then laughs. Quiet, relieved. I step closer, not too close. Can I ask you something now? You've asked several. Go out with me. Her expression changes again. You mean like a date? Yeah. We live together. Temporarily. We eat together every day. Not a date. We watch movies. Also not a date. You gave me your blanket yesterday. That was emotionally significant. I knew it. Don't ruin this. So Friday? She studies me, then nods. Friday. I smile. She points at me. You tell Marcus and I'll deny everything. I wasn't planning to. And you never repeat what I said while you were sleeping. Which part? Her eyes narrow. Ethan. Friday at 7. She walks toward the hallway, then turns. One more thing. Yeah? You really heard the cute part? I smile. She closes her eyes. Good night. Good night. She starts walking. Chloe? She turns. You're cute too. She flips me off without breaking stride. Friday takes approximately 4 years to arrive. Living with someone you're about to date is terrible for patience. Tuesday morning she's making coffee. We look at each other, smile. Then Marcus enters, and we both immediately inspect unrelated objects. Wednesday, Chloe sends me a text from the next room. Chloe, this is dumb. Me, what? Chloe, waiting until Friday. Me, wanna cancel? 3 dots appear, disappear, appear. Chloe, I hate you. Me, Thursday? Chloe, no. Me, tonight? Chloe, stop. Me, kitchen in 5? She sends, Friday. Then, idiot. Friday at 7, I wait in the living room. Marcus is working overnight. Convenient. Chloe comes out. Black skirt. Dark red sweater. Boots. Hair down. I look up. She pauses. That face again. What face? The one where you forget language. I was going to say you look good. Then say it. You look really good. She smiles. Better. I grab my jacket. Ready? Where are we going? Diner. She stops. A diner? You said you hate fancy restaurants. I do. You like fries. I do. You like milkshakes. Yes. Then trust the process. She walks toward the door. This is already dangerously thoughtful. You can still insult me there. Good. The diner is one of those places that looks like it hasn't changed since 1996. Chrome tables, red booths, old photos on the walls, open late, excellent burgers, terrible coffee. Chloe slides into the booth across from me, looks around. I like it. I know. How? You mentioned it once. When? Marcus drove past it a month ago. You said you wanted to try it. She stares. You remembered that? Yeah. That's annoying. Why? Because now I have to like this more. We order. For 10 minutes we talk normally. Work. Marcus. Noah. Some woman Chloe works with who keeps heating fish in the office microwave. Then there's a pause. Not uncomfortable. Just new. Chloe taps one fingernail against her glass. So. This is a date. Last I checked. With my brother's roommate. Sounds scandalous when you phrase it like that. And my temporary roommate. Also true. She smiles. Have you thought about Marcus? Yes. A lot? Enough. What do you think he'll do? Make a face. She laughs. I told you. He does have one. Right? What are we going to tell him? I lean back. I was thinking we go on one date before planning our press conference. Smart. I have moments. She looks at me. Why didn't you say anything earlier? About liking you? Yeah. Because you live with us. So? So if I was wrong, you'd still have to see me every morning. She considers that. That's actually... She stops. I wait. What? Nothing. You were about to compliment me. No. You were. I changed my mind. Too late. She steals one of my fries. See? This is why. What? You make it too easy to be around you. That lands harder than she intended. I look at her. She notices. Don't get emotional. There's the Chloe I know. Good. Can I tell you something? That depends. I noticed. What? That you like being invited. Her expression shifts. I continue before she can deflect. When you first moved in, You'd ask where I was going, then pretend you didn't care. I was being polite. You wore shoes inside for 3 hours waiting for an invitation. She laughs. That happened once. Twice. You counted? I have eyes. She points at me. Don't use my own lines. You started this. She looks down at the table. I don't know. I hate asking people if I can come. Why? Because if they wanted me there, they'd ask. That's not always true. I know. But you still think it. Sometimes. I nod. Then I'll keep asking. Her eyes lift. I don't turn it into a speech. Don't need to. She smiles. Okay. After dinner we walk. No destination, just downtown. Stores closing. People leaving restaurants. Warm night. Chloe walks close enough that our arms keep brushing. Finally I hold out my hand. She looks down, then at me. Wow. What? Very bold. You confessed love to my sleeping body. I did not say love. Details. She takes my hand. Never say that sentence again. No promises. We walk another block. At my car, neither of us opens a door. She leans against the passenger side, looks at me. I stand in front of her. There's a moment. She raises an eyebrow. You gonna do something? I was thinking. You do too much of that. Apparently. Ethan. Yeah? If you make me ask, I'm going home. We are going home. You know what I mean. I kiss her. She kisses me back before I can wonder if I read it wrong. Her hands catch the front of my jacket. Mine settle at her waist. It's not dramatic. No fireworks. No crowd applauding. Just Chloe smiling against my mouth when I bump the car with my hip. She pulls back. Smooth. I was distracted. By? Arrogant question. Answer it. You. Better. Then she kisses me again. We get home after 11. Marcus isn't there. For once, the universe shows mercy. Chloe kicks off her boots. I hang my jacket. We stand in the living room, suddenly aware that the date is technically over and we still live 10 feet apart. She points toward the hallway. I'm going to bed. Okay. Good date. Very enthusiastic review. I'm trying not to inflate your ego. Too late. She takes 2 steps, turns, walks back, kisses me again, then says, "Good night, sleeping beauty." Still using that? Forever. She goes to her room. I stand there smiling like an idiot. Marcus comes home at 6 the next morning. He wakes me up by dropping keys in the bowl. I'm on the couch, again. He looks at me. Why are you sleeping out here? I sit up. Fell asleep. He sees my clothes from last night. You went out. Yeah. With who? People. People? Yes. Plural? Possibly. He squints. I get up. Coffee? Ethan. What? Are you seeing someone? Chloe's bedroom door opens. She walks out. Marcus looks at her, then at me, then her. She is wearing my hoodie. I don't know when she took it. I genuinely don't. Marcus's eyes lower to the hoodie. He looks at me. That's yours. Chloe looks down. No. It literally says Michigan State. She shrugs. I like green. You went to Oregon. People grow. Marcus looks at me. I keep my face neutral. He points between us. No. Chloe. What? No what? He stares. Nothing. Then shakes his head. I'm too tired. He goes to his room. Chloe waits until his door closes, then looks at me. That was close. Why are you wearing my hoodie? It was cold. You entered my room? You left it on the chair. In my room. Details. We're dating for 1 day and theft has escalated. She smiles. Dating? Are we not? She pretends to think. Maybe. Give me my hoodie. No. Then yes, dating. That logic is terrible. Still wearing it, she walks past me. Make coffee. Yes, ma'am. Don't call me that. Yes, Chloe. Better. For the next 2 weeks, we don't tell Marcus. Not because we're ashamed, because Chloe wants to choose the moment, and because keeping it secret becomes funny. Also stressful. Mostly funny. Marcus leaves for groceries. Chloe waits until the front door closes. Walks directly over. Sits on my lap. Kisses me. I look at the door. You trust him a lot. He takes 40 minutes choosing cereal. He has returned for his wallet 3 times this month. She stops, looks toward the door, then gets off my lap. Good point. 2 seconds later, the door opens. Marcus walks in. Forgot my wallet. Chloe is suddenly on the opposite end of the couch, holding a magazine upside down. Marcus looks at her. Why are you reading that upside down? She rotates it. I wasn't. He grabs his wallet, looks at me. I am extremely interested in the television, which is off. Marcus narrows his eyes. Something's going on. Nope, Chloe says. Nope, I say. He points. That right there. What? I ask. Synchronized lying. Chloe looks offended. We're not lying. You both said nope at the same time. Coincidence. He leaves. We wait. 10 seconds. 20. Chloe leans toward me. I hate this. I thought you liked secrets. Not when Marcus becomes Sherlock Holmes. He is not Sherlock Holmes. From the hallway outside, Marcus shouts, I heard that. We both freeze, then laugh. The first time Chloe stays in my room overnight happens naturally. No grand decision. We're watching a movie. Marcus is away for the weekend, visiting his parents. Chloe is lying beside me on the bed because my TV is better. She says hers is the same model. I say mine has emotional depth. She calls me unbearable. Movie ends. Neither of us moves. She looks at me. Are you tired? A little. I'm not. Liar. How do you know? You blink slower when you're tired. She stares. You know how I blink? I spend too much time with you. That's creepy. You like me. Unfortunately. She kisses me. We stay close that night. Nothing rushed. Nothing turned into some huge event. Just us. Morning comes. Sun through the blinds. Chloe is half on top of me. Hair everywhere. I wake first. She moves a little. Opens one eye. Morning. Morning. Then she freezes. Listens. What? You're not snoring. I told you I don't. No. Yes. No. You've accused me for 7 weeks. The walls make sounds. You blamed me. I needed an explanation. You built an entire argument on false evidence. She puts one hand over my mouth. No one can know. I pull her hand away. Marcus gets a text immediately. I'll destroy your phone. Noah first? Ethan. Group chat? She climbs further on top of me, trying to grab my phone from the nightstand. I hold it away. Give me that. Say I don't snore. Never. Say it. I refuse. You're sitting on me. Exactly. Strong negotiation tactic. She finally reaches the phone. I let her have it. She checks the screen. No message? I'm not suicidal. She looks down at me. Good. Then kisses me. Marcus finds out 4 days later. Not because we're careless. Because nothing remains hidden in an apartment with 1 bathroom. Sunday morning. Marcus is making eggs. I'm making coffee. Chloe walks out of my room, barefoot, wearing my shirt. She stops. I stop. Marcus turns from the stove, looks at her, looks at my bedroom door behind her, looks at the shirt, looks at me. Oh, come on. Chloe closes her eyes. Morning. No. Marcus points at me with the spatula. You? Hello. Dude. I put my mug down. We were going to tell you. When? Chloe walks into the kitchen. Today. You just made that up. Maybe. Marcus turns off the stove, then looks at Chloe. How long? 3 weeks. His eyes widen. 3 weeks? Almost. You've been sneaking around my apartment? Chloe crosses her arms. Our apartment currently. That is not helping. Marcus. What? You're being dramatic. I found my sister leaving my best friend's room wearing his shirt. You've seen worse. That is not the standard. I try not to laugh. Bad choice. Marcus points the spatula at me. You. Stop smiling. Sorry. You're not sorry. No. He rubs his face. Then looks at Chloe. His tone changes. You good? She softens a little. Yeah. You happy? Yeah. Then he looks at me. Are you serious about her? Yes. No joke. No hesitation. Marcus holds my eyes for a second, then nods. Okay. Chloe looks surprised. That's it? What do you want me to do? I don't know. You've spent 3 weeks acting like you'd fight someone. That was before I knew it was Ethan. I raise an eyebrow. Should I be insulted? Yes. Marcus points at me. If you screw this up, I'm not moving. What? This is my apartment too. If you two argue, deal with it yourselves. I'm not spending nights at Noah's because you can't communicate. Chloe starts laughing. I look at him. That was your big brother speech? I work nights. I need sleep. He turns back to the stove, then, and stop using my kitchen as a secret dating location. Chloe. Your kitchen? Marcus. Everyone shut up. After that, everything gets easier. Also worse, because Marcus becomes unbearable. Chloe steals food from my plate. Marcus. Love is beautiful. I kiss her before leaving for work. Marcus. Disgusting. We sit close on the couch. Marcus. I remember when Ethan said he would never date a friend's sister. I look at him. I never said that. You thought it. How would you know? You had the face. Chloe points at him. See, he does have a face. Thank you. Marcus looks between us. I regret accepting this. No one asked you. I know. Then Chloe's apartment gets repaired. The text comes while we're eating dinner. She reads it. Stops. I notice. What? She turns the phone toward me. Repairs complete. Move-in available Saturday. Marcus immediately says, finally. Chloe looks at him. Wow. What? You could pretend to miss me. I'll miss having shampoo in every corner of the bathroom. That was one bottle. 3. Different purposes. I look at Chloe. She smiles. But not quite. Later, when Marcus goes to work, she's packing. I sit on the floor beside a box. You okay? Yeah. You're putting kitchen towels in a box marked books. She looks down. Oh. Strong sign. She sits beside me. It's going to be weird. Going back? Not being here. I nod. Yeah. She looks around the spare room. Most of her stuff is boxed now. The room looks temporary again. I don't like it. She doesn't either. I got used to this place, she says. Even the bathroom? No. Good. And Marcus leaving cereal bowls in the sink. He claims soaking is cleaning. He needs help. And me? She looks at me. What about you? You got used to me? She smiles. Unfortunately. Tragic. She leans her shoulder against mine. Very. I kiss the side of her head. You're moving 20 minutes away. I know. I have a car. Barely. My car is excellent. Your passenger door makes a sound. Character. It sounds injured. Still gets there. She smiles. Then looks at me. I don't want this to get weird when I move. It won't. You don't know that. I'll make sure. How? I'll show up. Simple. Her expression softens. Okay. Saturday. Marcus and I help her move. Noah comes too because pizza was promised. Her apartment looks much better without ceiling water. Small 1-bedroom. Big windows. Tiny kitchen. Good light. Chloe puts a plant on the windowsill. I carry in the last box. Marked, blankets. I look at her. No. She follows my eyes. What? You took mine. I did not. I open the box. Gray blanket. My blanket. I hold it up. She doesn't even look guilty. You packed this. It must have gotten mixed in. It was on our couch. Boxes are mysterious. You're unbelievable. She takes the blanket from me. This stays. You moved out and still stole from me. Think of it as emotional support. That was mine. She wraps it around herself. Still is, technically. How? You can visit. There it is. I smile. She catches it. Don't. I didn't say anything. You were about to. Maybe. She pulls the blanket tighter. Want half? I walk over. Move. She makes room. That becomes our first evening in her apartment. No big event. Pizza with Marcus and Noah. Boxes everywhere. No curtains yet. We sit on the floor because her couch is arriving next week. Marcus looks around. Nice place. Chloe. Thank you. Noah points at the gray blanket covering both of us. Isn't that Ethan's? I say. Yes. Chloe. No. Marcus. I'm not getting involved. You raised her, I say. Marcus looks offended. I'm her brother. Same energy. Chloe throws a napkin at me. After they leave, I stay. Of course I stay. Chloe closes the door, turns, looks around the apartment, then at me. Now what? Your place. Yeah. No Marcus. Finally. No bathroom schedule. She smiles. No stolen parking spot. You don't have parking. Don't ruin this. I walk closer. She hooks her fingers into my shirt. You staying? If you want. I asked. Then yes. Good. Our relationship gets better once we no longer live together, which surprises me, because now every time we see each other, it's intentional. No convenient living room. No automatic dinner. No excuse. If I want Chloe, I go to Chloe. If she wants me, she comes over. And she starts asking. That matters. Tuesday. Want dinner? Friday. Noah doing anything tonight? Sunday. Come over. I bought bad wine. I answer, how do you know it's bad? She sends, the label has a drawing of a bicycle. I go. Sometimes she comes to our apartment. Marcus opens the door. Oh, you again. Chloe walks in. I have a key. I changed the locks. No, you didn't. I considered it. She goes straight to my room. Marcus looks at me. Traitor. You love her. From a distance. 3 months later, our friend group rents a cabin near a lake for a weekend. Marcus drives. Noah rides shotgun. Chloe and I sit in the back. She says she isn't tired. 20 minutes later, her head is on my shoulder. 40 minutes later, she is asleep. Noah turns around, looks at her, then me. Sleeping Beauty. I smile. Roles reversed. Chloe, eyes closed. I can hear you. Noah jumps. Does she ever actually sleep? No. Chloe. I do. Marcus. Then stop participating in conversations. She opens one eye. Drive. Marcus. I hate this family. You're the one related to her, I say. Exactly. The cabin is good. 5 friends. Too much food. Cold lake. Old fireplace. Board games. Chloe becomes competitive over cards, not mildly. She wins once and spends the next hour acting like she captured a country. Noah points at the cards. You got lucky. Chloe leans back. Skill. You drew 3 wild cards. Preparation. For random cards? Exactly. I look at her. You're enjoying this too much. She turns. Are you losing? Yes. Then I'm enjoying it the correct amount. Later, everyone goes inside. Chloe and I stay by the fire. She has the blanket, obviously. I sit beside her. She lifts one side. I slide under it. Lake dark beyond the trees. Air cold. Fire nearly out. She rests her head against me. Can I ask you something? Sure. When I moved in, did you think any of this would happen? No. Nothing? I thought you disliked me. She laughs. I kind of did. Wow. You were too comfortable. In my own apartment? Yes. Terrible quality. You left wet towels on the bathroom door. 1 towel. I remember. So what changed? She thinks about it. You kept asking. Asking what? If I wanted to come. To things? Yeah. I wait. She looks at the fire. I know that sounds small. It doesn't. I spent a lot of time assuming people would invite me if they wanted me around. And if they didn't ask, I just stayed home. Then you wore boots in the living room waiting for me. She nudges me. Shut up. You admitted it. I did not. You just did. She smiles, then says, I think you became my favorite person before I realized I liked you. That hits. I look at her. She immediately sees my face. Don't. What? Don't make it big. I wasn't. You were thinking something. Yeah. What? You're mine too. She looks at me. Favorite person? Yeah. Her mouth curves. Bad taste. I've been told. She kisses me. Simple. Warm. No one around. Then Noah opens the cabin door. Are you two coming inside or starting a forest romance? Chloe turns. Go away. I need firewood. Use furniture. Noah closes the door. I laugh. She pulls the blanket over her head. Your friends are terrible. They're your friends now. She peeks out. That was mean. Truth hurts. Back home, Chloe gets offered a new role at work. She wants it, also thinks she's not ready. For 3 nights, she over-prepares for the interview. On the 4th, I arrive at her apartment, carrying food. She has notes covering the table, laptop open, hair tied up, black glasses she only wears when staring at screens too long. I put the bag down. How many questions? 38. Enough. No. Yes. Sit. Chloe, ask me another. You've practiced for 2 hours. One more. You're going to intimidate the interviewer. Good. I sit across from her. Fine. Tell me about a time you resolved conflict. She thinks. I lived with you. Nailed it. Ethan, you manage shared bathroom negotiations. Stop. Resource allocation. She throws a pen at me. I catch it. Look, she sighs. You're ready. I don't feel ready. Nobody does. You? Never. You act like you do. That's branding. She laughs, then looks down at her notes. What if I blank? Take a breath. What if I answer badly? Then answer the next one better. What if I don't get it? Then we get tacos, and you try again next time. She looks at me. You always bring food into emotional situations. Works. It does. See? She gets the promotion. Calls me first. I'm at work. Phone vibrates. Chloe, I answer. Hey. She says nothing, just breathes. I sit up. You got it. How do you know? You're breathing like you robbed a bank. I got it. I smile. Knew it. You did not. I absolutely did. Ethan, I'm proud of you. Silence. Not awkward, just enough that I know I got her. Then she says, thanks. You celebrating? Yes. Good. With you. Even better. Come over at 7. Done. And bring the blanket. I laugh. The blanket lives with you. Right. You stole it. Then bring dessert. Negotiator. 7. That night she opens the door before I knock. She kisses me, takes the dessert, then says, you're late. I check my watch. 6:58. Exactly. A year after she moved into our apartment, Marcus has everyone over for a movie. Same living room, same couch, same gray blanket because Chloe brought it with her. I sit down. She drops beside me, tucks her legs under the blanket. Marcus looks over. That thing is still alive? It's mine, I say. Chloe. No. Noah. I've heard this argument for a year. Marcus brings drinks, sits, looks at Chloe. Remember when you said you'd be here 4 weeks? Blame the contractor. You stayed 9. Quality time. With Ethan. I smile. Chloe points at him. Don't. Marcus looks at me. You know, if her ceiling never leaked, none of this happens. You want a medal? I want recognition. For what? Relationship infrastructure. Chloe laughs. You were the last person to know. I lived here. Exactly. Noah raises his drink. He has a point. Marcus looks offended. Everyone knew except me? I say, pretty much. He puts his drink down. I need better friends. After the movie, Noah leaves, then Lily. Marcus goes to bed. Chloe and I stay on the couch. Old habit. She's tired. I can tell because her blinks get slow. She denies that this happens. It does. Eventually, she stretches out, head on my lap, blanket up to her chin. I run my fingers through her hair. She opens one eye. What? Nothing. You're doing something. Touching your hair. I noticed. Go to sleep. Bossy. You're tired. No. Her eyes close. 5 minutes. 10. Her breathing evens out. I look down at her. Same face from that night. Same woman who knelt beside this couch and confessed because she thought I couldn't hear. I brush hair away from her forehead, then lean down. Whisper. You're cute when you sleep. Both eyes open immediately. I laugh. She stares up at me. You promised. I promised nothing. You were supposed to forget that. Never happening. She sits up. Ethan. Chloe. I hate you. No. She looks at me. Tries not to smile. Fails. No. Then she settles against my side. I put an arm around her. She steals more of the blanket. Of course. And that's basically how my roommate's sister caught herself off guard while I was half asleep. Marcus needed somewhere for Chloe to stay while her ceiling got repaired. I figured I'd lose bathroom time, maybe some fridge space, possibly my patience. Instead, she took my blanket, half my fries, several hoodies, and eventually most of my free time. I kept inviting her places because I liked having her around. She kept pretending she didn't care whether I asked. Then one night she thought I was asleep and accidentally solved the entire problem for both of us. She still calls me Sleeping Beauty. I still don't snore. She still claims I do. And every once in a while, when she falls asleep before me, I tell her she's cute, just to watch one eye open. Every time. No delay. which means either Chloe is the lightest sleeper on earth, or she waits for it. I'm not asking. Some things are better left alone.
2, 3, 4. TV turned down low. One sock missing, half asleep, nowhere else to go. Then your hand moved through my hair, and you whispered like a prayer. Why do you have to look so cute when you don't even know? Yeah, about that, I know. You moved in for a month when your ceiling started raining. 6 pairs of boots, 2 suitcases, swore you weren't staying. You stole the bathroom every morning, then my blanket every night. Said it became communal property. I said that's not how ownership works. You said seems to be working fine. You'd ask me where I'm going with your boots already on. Pretend you didn't want an invite, then be ready before I was. I kept asking, you kept coming. Guess neither one of us knew. Every place got better when I was going there with you. So I tried to keep my distance, cause your brother's my best friend, and you were living down the hallway. Didn't want a good thing, Ben. Then you caught me on the couch, eyes closed beneath that gray, and said the one thing I'd been too careful to say. I was half awake when you gave your heart away. Thought you had a secret, thought I'd never hear you say. You're annoying when you're talking, you leave your coffee everywhere, but somehow I still like you with your fingers in my hair. I should have opened up my eyes, should have told you then and there, but I was half awake and falling all the way. Yeah, I heard every word, and girl, I liked you anyway. Next morning in the kitchen, you could barely look at me. Your brother poured his orange juice like, why are you two acting weird? You spent all day avoiding being anywhere alone. The midnight put us face to face. No brother, no escape, no phone. I said someone touched my hair last night. You froze right where you stood. Said you were supposed to be sleeping, like I misunderstood. You threatened to move out, buy a car and sleep inside. I let you finish panicking, then said, Chloe, so do I. You stopped like every little comeback had abandoned you at once, then asked me 3 more times. Actually, for months. I was half awake when you gave your heart away. Thought you had a secret, thought I'd never hear you say. You're annoying when you're talking, you leave your coffee everywhere, but somehow I still like you with your fingers in my hair. I should have opened up my eyes, should have told you then and there, but I was half awake and falling all the way. Yeah, I heard every word, and girl, I liked you anyway. Friday night, red sweater, old diner off the road. You stole the fries right off my plate like you'd been doing all along. We talked about your brother, talked about the mess we'd made. Then I told you something simple. I noticed you like being asked. You looked down at the table, said if they want me, they would. I said people don't always know you want to, but I would. So I'll ask again tomorrow, next weekend, any night. And somewhere in that little diner, something in your face went light. Later by the car, you raised your eyebrow. You gonna do something? I kissed you. You smiled against my mouth, finally. Your ceiling got repaired, you packed your boxes once again, and I hated how that empty room looked temporary again. You said, what happens when I leave? I said, I'll show up. No speech, no perfect line, just 4 words. But you looked at me like maybe that was everything. The months later by a dying fire, you finally told me why you'd wait around in boots instead of asking for a night. If people want me there, they'll ask me. So I did, and I will. And you leaned into my shoulder, said you became my favorite person before I knew what this was. I looked at you, said you're mine too. I was before, and I don't need to close my eyes for you to tell me why you care. But sometimes late at night, when you're sleeping right beside me there, I move the hair across your face and whisper just to see. You're cute when you're asleep. One eye opens instantly. Every time, no delay, you say, I hate you. I say, no, you don't. You try not to smile, you always do anyway. Funny how a leaking ceiling put you 20 feet from me. Funny how a stolen blanket turned into our history. You thought I couldn't hear you, maybe that's what made it true. I was only half asleep that night, but wide awake for you. Good night, sleep in beauty.